Hey folks, 100 Bushels single malt rye whiskey, 40% ABV, aged in ex-bourbon barrels, made with 100% malted rye. Distilled at Sperling Silver Distillery, Regina, Saskatchewan. My first whiskey from Saskatchewan. Let's check it out. I'm the whiskey, the whiskey hunter. Okay, let's do this, folks. 100 bushels. First time trying this whiskey, a couple days ago actually. These wicked corks with the candle wax thing that you have to peel off. Love it. Check this out. 100 bushels. Single malt rye whiskey. Let's just get right in. I don't know much about this whiskey. Like I said, never heard of it before. I was pumped to try it. I tried it a couple times a few minutes ago, and I'm trying it again right now. Going in for a sniff, folks. 100 bushels. 100 sniffs. So getting some butterscotch right off the hop. Some vanilla. You definitely get some grainy notes. But there's also like a very sweet, almost like a candy sweetness to it. It's almost bubblegummy, but in a nice way. Go for a sip. Wow. Oof. So definitely have that candy sweetness right when it touches the palate, but then it's like an explosion of fruit, like a fruity explosion. And then, oof, definitely getting the bubble on the nose. I'm definitely getting the bubble gummy. But when you sip it, the sweetness almost turns to spice. Oof. And the spice stays there for a while. Nice long finish. Very interesting whiskey. I don't drink much rye whiskeys. This is like probably the first 100% malted rye. Beautiful whiskey. 100 bushels. Going for one last sip. So you get the sweetness on the palate, and a lot of sweetness on the nose, and right away you get the sweetness on the palate. But then after, the spice kind of kicks in and takes over, and by the time you get to the finish, you're kind of forgetting about the sweet, and it's kind of more about the spice. Very nice. Speaking of sweet and spice and very nice, my first whiskey from Saskatchewan. So, just because, I wrote a little song kind of about that. This is called Drinking in the Prairies. Cheers. If I could drink whiskey in the prairies, I'd drink it in Saskatoon. At Silver's local market, love, I'll be there soon. Trust your heart and take a shot. Meet me at the rendezvous. If I could drink whiskey in the prairies, I'd drink it with you. If I could drink whiskey in the prairies, I'd find us an old saloon. We could head down south and follow the Regina moon. 100 bushels, love, my heart is fair and true. If I could drink whiskey in the prairies, I'd drink it with you. If I could drink a whiskey in the prairies, I'd drink it with you. If I could drink a whiskey in the prairies, I'd drink it with you. Hey folks, welcome back. You see that kind of, can you see that kind of cloudiness in the liquid? So I spoke with Adam Sperling. He's the CEO at Sperling Distilleries, Sperling Silver Distilleries. I spoke with him specifically about the 100 bushels, and he explained something very cool about this bottle. So the reason why it has that kind of cloudiness in the liquid, when they take the whiskey out of the barrels before they go through their filtration process, I don't know how many times they filter it, but he said something about 4 or 5 times, they skip the last filtration, the one that would kind of, the finest filtration. They skip that one, which gives the liquid this kind of opaque look. And they claim that this allows the whiskey to age in the bottle. It's pretty badass. So what you need to do, what I need to do now that I've already started drinking this one, is to get my hands on another one of these and put on the shelf and leave it there for a couple of years and see if it actually tastes different. That's hard to do because these bottles come out as limited releases. So if you can get your hands on one of these 100 bushels, consider yourself lucky. Go grab one, get to Saskatchewan, get to Regina. They sell them in Saskatoon also. You gotta check them out. And go for one last sip, folks. 100 bushels. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm giving this whiskey a giant thumbs up because it's a lot of fun to drink. And it's a very unique taste. It's a kind of a taste I haven't come across yet in my whiskey adventures. And keep an eye out for 100 bushels. They got some stuff brewing. I spoke with Adam about some stuff that I'm not allowed to say, but they got some stuff brewing, some new releases coming down the pipe. 100 bushels, single malt rye whiskey. I dig it. I dig it a lot. And I dig you too, folks. Please leave some comments in the comment section. Please subscribe. And I'll talk to you next time. Because I'm the whiskey, the whiskey hunter. If I could drink a whiskey in the prairies, I'd drink it with you.